Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Am I
Good
audible?
evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
In previous class, we discussed about uses of metals. So metals concept is completed. Next concept is non-metals. Non-metals. See, I think you know very well about metals. Scientifically, metals are defining as elements which loses electrons and forms positively charged species are called metals. Metal is, suppose you are taking sodium metal. It loses one electron, one loss of one electron, and it forms Na plus, positively charged species. Those are called metals. Non-metals, here non-metal element, suppose oxygen is there, but it gains electron and forms negatively charged ions. That's the difference. Non-metals forms negatively charged ions, metals forms positively charged ion. Okay, now see the definition. Non-metals are those elements which accept electron like this, which accept electron and forms negatively charged species are called non-metals. Let's see its physical properties. So non-metals exist in all three states. So they can exist in solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state also. For example, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus are solids. These are solids. Next, bromine is liquid. These are solids. This is liquid. And gases like hydrogen, chlorine, fluorine, these are gases. So non-metals can exist in all three states: solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. Next, most non-metals are soft except diamond, which is hardest material known. Most of the non-metals are very soft elements, so you can break also. Suppose chalk, we can break easily. Chalk piece, very easy to break. So all non-metals also being like that. Suppose if you take carbon rod, graphite rod, you can break very easily. Sulfur also, it is also very soft element. You can break very simple, very easy. Phosphorus also same thing. Bromine is liquid. So these are soft elements. But except diamond. Diamond is made up of carbon only. Diamond is made up of carbon, but very hard material. We can't break easily. And even graphite also. Graphite means pencil lead. As you know very well about pencil lead, you can break very easily. That is a soft element. We can break very easily. But diamond also made up of carbon. That is very hard material. So diamond also made up of carbon, but we can break easily. Even coal. Coal also made up of carbon only, but we can break easily. So elements which are non-metals, we can break very easily. Those are soft elements, but metals are very hard. And in soft elements, one exception is diamond. Diamond is the very hardest non-metal. And compared to metals, diamond is very hard. Next, Solid nonmetals are soft and dull. They break down into a powdery mass on tapping with a hammer. For example, coal and sulfur, correct. Suppose take metals. If you take one hammer and beat that metal, what happens? It produces first sound. Along with sound, that metal becomes sheet-like. Correct? Now, when you hammer that metal becomes a sheet-like structure. But non-metals are not like that. Suppose you take one chalk piece with the hammer, beat that chalk piece. What happens? It will become powdery substance, right? It easily becomes powder substance. Even all non-metals also like that only. You take one coal piece and hammer the coal piece, hit with hammer, what happens? It becomes a powder substance, right? So this is the nature of non-metals. So that's what non-metals are, soft, but metals are very hard. When you hammer that metal, that becomes a sheet-like structure, very hard metals are. Next, non-metals are non-sonorous. When you hit the metal, it produces a ringing sound. When you hit the non-metal, is it produces any ringing sound? Suppose if you hit the coal, is it produces any ringing sound?
No, sir.
No. So non-metals are non-sonorous. It won't produce sound while hammering. Next, they are poor conductor of heat and electricity, except graphite, which is a good conductor of electricity, right? Non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity. They won't conduct electricity and heat. So, but except graphite. I said no, pencil lead. That is a graphite. So that can conduct electricity. That is a good conductor of electricity. Next, they do not possess metallic luster except solid iodine. So what is metallic luster? What is the meaning of metallic luster?
So having shine.
Very good. When you take one new piece of metal, it is a shine of their own. So that is lustrous. But non-metals are non-lustrous. They won't having any shine or gleam. And then last one, they are neither malleable nor ductile. So if you take one non-metal, can you make it into wire? Is it possible?
No, sir.
No. We can't make it into a sheet-like structure because the non-metals are very soft. Those are very easy to break. So that's what they are not malleable and ductile. So, right? Right. Non-metals are those elements which accept electrons to form negative ions. Form negative ions. Or anions. So physical properties of nonmetals. First point. Non-metals can exist in all three states. So solids, liquids, and gases. is solid, liquid, and gases.
So what is after ions?
Ions. I said no. It forms a negatively
No,
charged.
So after that,
After that, okay. R.
no,
ORR.
sir, that next one.
Anions.
A, sir.
Anions. Yeah. Anions. ANIONS.
Oh,
Ani- Anions means negatively charged species.
Okay, sir.
so
Yes. Hello.
the first point.
Hello.
What is the first point? So like light is falling on that.
Okay. This is non-metals can exist. Non-metals can exist in all three states.
So
Hello. Sai Moni. What happened? This is non-metals can exist in all three states, that is solids, liquids, and gases. So write further continuation. Carbon, sulfur,
okay.
phosphorus. Yes. Hello. Iodine. These are solids. Next, bromine is liquid. Next, right here downside. Hydrogen, fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, gases. So write this.
So after
Completed first point. This is full first point only. These are solid. This is liquid. This is gases. Then second point.
the gases.
Hello.
Second one.
Hello.
The gases. What is the second one?
Fluorine. Then oxygen and nitrogen. Second point is most non-metals are soft. Most non-metals are soft except diamond. Except diamond, which is hardest material known. Which is hardest material known. Next point. Solid nonmetals are soft and dull. They break down into a powdery mass. They break down into a powdery mass. On tapping with a hammer. On tapping with a hammer. For example, coal and sulfur. Next point, non-metals are non-sonorous. They are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Except graphite, which is a good conductor of electricity. They do not possess metallic cluster except solid iodine. They are neither malleable nor ductile.
Yes, sir.
Is all of you completed?
So just 1 minute, sir.
Is guys completed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next, chemical properties of nonmetals. Okay, listen. Here, nonmetals easily reacts with oxygen and forms non-metallic oxides. And they are able to react with chlorine. They forms its respective chlorides. And it can react with hydrogen. It can forms its hydrides. Okay, see the first one, reaction with oxygen.
So what is hydride, sir?
It forming hydrogen and one element, one non-metallic element. Hydrogen also non-metal. It combines with another non-metal and forms its respective hydride. I will show you now examples. Reactivity with oxygen. So, for example, carbon, sulfur, and easily reacts with oxygen and it forms its respective oxides. For example, carbon reacting with oxygen, it forms CO2, carbon dioxide. Suppose sulfur, it reacts with oxygen, forms sulfur. Formula is SO2, sulfur dioxide. So element is, this is carbon, sulfur. Yes. These are non-metallic oxides. When we dissolve these non-metallic oxides in water, and if we test with blue litmus paper changes to red litmus paper. So this indicates non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Suppose carbon dioxide is there. CO2 when taking in water, it gives H2CO3. This is called carbonic acid. Carbonic acid. So it can turn blue litmus to red litmus, and even SO2 also. When SO2 dissolved in water, It gives H2SO3, sulfurous acid. Yes, this also can turn blue litmus to red litmus. This indicates non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Metallic oxides are non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Yeah, so note on the first one. Reaction with oxygen. Non-metals reacts with oxygen on heating. On heating. And form their respective oxides. Carbonic acid, BO. So here also, these oxides when dissolved in water form acids which turn blue litmus to red.
Sir,
Hmm?
what is after from and
And form their respective oxides. Form FORM. Okay. Form their respective oxides. Yes, completed that point. Next, these oxides when dissolved in water form acids which turn blue litmus red. Therefore, these oxides are called acidic oxides. Acidic oxides. Is completed?
Done.
Till here completed.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We're up to sulfur dioxide. Okay, write this part also. These oxides. Oxides are
So,
yes completed.
yes, done. Sir,
Yes.
done.
Okay, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Simonita. Hello. Simoni. Any doubt? Hello. Hello. Hello guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Simonita, you raised your hand. What? Any doubt? Okay. Next reaction with chlorine. Second one is first one is reaction with oxygen completed, and then reaction with chlorine.
Sir.
Yes. Hello. Reaction with chlorine. So here non-metals reacts with chlorine, forms non-metallic chlorides. Non-metallic chlorides. First one here. Chlorine reaction with phosphorus. It gives PCl5, PCl3. Use 4. So 6 here P4. P4 6Cl2 gives 4 PCl3. It's not visible. I'll write down. P4 6Cl2 gives rise 4 PCl3. Name of the compound is phosphorus trichloride. The next example, hydrogen and chlorine. Forms 2HCl. This name is hydrogen chloride. Next reaction.
So what is after phosphorus?
What?
What is after phosphorus?
First,
After
Phosphorus.
phosphorus.
phosphorus trichloride.
Okay, sir.
Phosphorus trichloride. Next, carbon and chlorine. It gives carbon tetrachloride.
So done. So done.
Okay. Next, reaction with hydrogen. Next subheading is third one, reaction with hydrogen. So non-metals reacts with hydrogen and forms corresponding compounds. Non-metals reacts with hydrogen forms corresponding compounds. So example, sulfur, this is plus hydrogen forms H2S, hydrogen sulfide. Next example, nitrogen. Continuation, one more example here. Nitrogen plus hydrogen. This is ammonia.
So done.
Okay.
So done.
Okay, these three only for chemical reactivity. Next, we'll go to uses of metals. Completed all of you? Vijay? Shreyash,
Sir, done.
Pragya,
Sir, 1 second. Sir, done.
okay. Ojashwini completed? Sai Monita
Yes, sir.
completed?
Yes, sir.
No. That's happening. Uses of non-metals. Okay. I will ask you, tell me uses of few non-metals. I will tell you what is a non-metal. Oxygen. What is the main use of oxygen?
Sir, for breathing.
Very good. For breathing of all living. It's not trees, human being and some animals, birds. Oxygen is the breathing gas. So first point. Oxygen is essential for all living beings for breathing. Okay. Next, second one is hydrogen. What is the main use of hydrogen? Hydrogen. Okay. See, I think you all of you know welding of metals. Metal welding. Did you saw?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
So during that welding process, we are using hydrogen gas. It burns. Like in our homes, we are using
So what
cooking
is
gas.
welding process?
Let me tell you. In our home, we are using for cooking of food. We are using gas. So like hydrogen gas also burns. It is a combustible gas. That's what hydrogen gas is used while welding of metals. To join the metal, we are doing welding process. During that welding process, using hydrogen gas. So hydrogen is used in welding metals.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next element is sulfur. What is the use of sulfur? See, sulfur is mainly used to make sulfuric acid, H2SO4, the chemical. This H2SO4 chemical is mostly used to prepare pesticides and fertilizers. So the sulfur main use is, we can say this directly, use it to make pesticides and fertilizers. And also,
So what do they use in car battery?
what?
So what do they use in car battery?
Car batteries also we are using sulfuric acid only. inverter batteries, car batteries. To make batteries, we are using sulfuric acid. Yes, correct. That's also one of the best use of sulfuric acid. Okay. Means sulfuric acid means here we are using the sulfur. So sulfur is non-metal. So write next point. Sulfur is used in the manufacturing of sulfuric acid. Sulfur is used in the manufacturing of sulfuric acid. And it is used to make antiseptic creams. Antiseptic creams. Sulfur is also used in the vulcanization of rubber. Vulcanization of rubber. Hence, in the making of rubber, we are using sulfur.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next point. This is also hydrogen only, but it is a liquid hydrogen. It is used as a rocket fuel. Next, nitrogen.
Yes.
So done.
Okay. Next one is about nitrogen. Yes.
So how will they get the liquid form of hydrogen?
Oh, that means hydrogen gas is collecting. Temperature of hydrogen gas is decreasing. Then, and applying pressure also, then hydrogen gas becomes liquid. It's a
Okay, sir.
big process. I will teach you in 11th standard how to do that. We have big graphical and how much temperature, why happens, that and all detail you can learn in higher classes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, see, next fifth one is nitrogen. Listen carefully. Nitrogen is used in the manufacturing of ammonia. Already we wrote one equation also. It is used to make ammonia, NH3,
Yes, sir.
and fertilizers. It is also used as a preservative due to its innate nature. Compounds of nitrogen are used as a explosive. So mostly this nitrogen is used to make ammonia, NH3. This NH3 is further used to make fertilizers, NH3. Okay, and another use of nitrogen is it is used to make some explosive like TNT, trinitrotoluene, and in Diwali times we are doing the crackers. Those crackers also
Sir.
using ammonium nitrates. So here also nitrogen element is involved.
So it's
So
dangerous.
yeah, dangerous. TNT is highly dangerous.
Sir, how do they make a nuclear bomb?
That's different way. That's we are going inside the atom and changing that mass. That's a very big process and costlier process. This is simple. If you collect large amount of trinitrotoluene, and that is tied with a big rope or something, and it blasts. It is a highly dangerous, highly explosive
So
material.
we can
TNT.
prepare it in the lab.
No, in labs TNT is not available. Such type of materials are not giving into laboratories.
Oh,
We need more permissions to get TNT. And the main use of nitrogen is used to make ammonia. This ammonia is using to make fertilizers, and also some explosive materials like TNT, ammonium nitrate, and also
so then
Hmm.
where will they prepare it?
in industries, in big industries, only preparing the TNT. That is not allowing. That is a big crime. Taking TNT and using for our purpose. I mean, self purpose. We should not use this TNT and all.
Okay, sir.
And main use of nitrogen gas, if you see, we are buying some chips packet in shops, right? That is like a big size chips packet. Is it having fully chips?
No, sir.
No, very less chips are there, but packet
Yes,
looks it's
more
a very
air.
big size packet.
So
But
because they add
30%.
preservatives, which is nitrogen. So
yeah, that inside
Yes,
the
sir.
gas is nitrogen gas.
They fill it.
It can, that nitrogen gas only can protect that chips. If you use oxygen gas, the chips will spoil soon. So for
Oh.
preservation purpose, we are using nitrogen gas. Okay, write this point. Fifth point. Nitrogen is used in the manufacturing of ammonia. Manufacturing of ammonia and fertilizers. It is also used as preservative. Due to its inert nature. So compounds of nitrogen are used as explosive.
So what is the last line's first word?
Inert, I-N-N-E-R-T.
What does it mean?
It won't react with any elements or any
Okay, sir.
substances. That's what only nitrogen gas we are filling in chips packets. Nitrogen not react with chips or food items. Right, next is also chlorine is used in treatment of water to kill germs. To kill germs. I think you know bleaching powder. Did you listen?
Yes, sir.
Bleaching powder. That bleaching powder is prepared by using chlorine only. That's what chlorine is used in the treatment of water to kill germs. Next, silicon. Silicon is used to make computer chips. Silica gel is used to, okay, that's sufficient.
Sir, done.
Okay, still 2 more points are there. Write those 2 also.
Yes, sir.
Next point. Phosphorus is used in safety materials and in firecrackers. And in firecrackers.
Yes, sir.
Next, last point. Graphite form of carbon is used in pencil. Pencil lead and as electrodes. And you know, diamond, it is used in jewelries and also used to cut glasses.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
So this chapter is done.
Hello.
Sir, I was asking that whether this chapter is done.
Another?
No, sir, I was asking that if this chapter is done.
No. Still it takes 1 or 2 classes.
Okay, sir.
You guys completed all of you?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you guys. In next class, I will teach you about alloys, mixing of metals and alloys we will discuss in next class. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bye, Pragya. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Huh? Sir.